I could not have a more genuine question for the Reformed Calvinist tulip people. Where does the relationship come from? I mean, we're supposed to have a relationship with Jesus so that we have access to God, so that we can love him and trust him. But it seems to me that all 5 points of tulip, at least 3 of them, get in the way of the reality of a relationship. So how do we get it? Where does it come from? Of course, I grew up in a free will church and I'm brainwashed, right? They just told me how important it was to love Jesus like he's your brother, like he's your sister, like he's your mother and father. And you want to get close to him and know him intimately. And I always believed that. A really interesting thing is the Calvinist reformers, tulip people, they say the same thing. Now, a couple thoughts related to that. Maybe someone can steer me correct if my thoughts are not correct under tulip theology. God determined all things, right? Total sovereignty. He controls all things at all times by decree. Nothing can ever happen other than what's been decreed. And the only way anyone can know him, love him, relate to him, have a relationship with him is if you were elect, you're made new, efficaciously, irresistible means. So when I think about those 3 tenets, where's the relationship? He changes my heart in a way that desires him. So it's not really my heart. It's the new heart he gave me. Sure, that's grace. That's nice. That's neat. But it's a heart that I didn't have. It's a heart that I didn't start with. It's a heart that's not really new. It's a whole new spirit. I don't know. And everything's been predetermined. So every time I come up short of the relationship, somehow I say, well, wait a second. If it's predetermined and I'm falling short of this great relationship, it's not really me that's falling short. It's not really my choices. It's the new predetermined heart that's only going to do whatsoever he wanted to come to pass. So I say that what's relational about that? Think about my own children and wanting a relationship with them. And, when they begin to trust you from being able to see what you do and how you act and how you treat them, and they grow to love you and they start listening and being a little bit obedient, and you love them more for who they're becoming. And now that's relational, but none of that happens underneath Reformed theology, or does it? That's my question. Here's some scripture, relationship related. The Bible calls us to relate, but under predetermination, you never know what sort of relationship it's going to be. And is it genuine? Is it genuine in any way if everything's predetermined? What's compelling about it, right? The relationship calls for forgiveness, and we become holy. We get new life, new creatures. We're indwelt with him and his spirit and his thinking. We're called to love. Relationship word, let's see here. Jesus even compares our husband-wife relationship, which we only understand under the free, growing, trusting, being obedient, or being loving to each other, caring, sharing in struggles and growing together. Well, none of that really happens if everything's predetermined, or I don't have the genuine ability to fall in love with Jesus like I did my wife, or at least the reality that I'm living that seems like I'm falling in love with her. There's a whole bunch of more relationship scriptures. So head scratchers abound. With these 3 big ones under Reformed theology, how is it that all Christians say, hey, you're going to have a relationship? That's what it's all about. But the relationship is robotic. It's computer programmed. It's in stone already. It can't be otherwise. Every thought is not really my own. It's a predetermined thought that I now have that, sort of, when I understand it that way, there's nothing relational about it. As a matter of fact, it angers me. It kind of ticks me off that I can't know him because he's already predetermined what I'm going to know. And every time I sin, I have to wonder, wait a second. If God's predetermined my evil thoughts, my wicked thoughts, my lack of self-control, what's genuine about that? What's fun about that? What's good about that? What's hopeful about that? What's glorious about that? What's glorifying him in it? Oh man, don't get me started. All right, head scratchers abound.